Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mr. Darling and this is Machine God Eats. This is the first time today I was able to actually come outside the house because it's been over 100 and something degrees today. I think it was like 107 today and I wasn't coming out the house. I waited for the sun to go down and it is still freaking hot. But that is what it's like living in the desert. I can't complain too much. I feel very blessed that I live in such a lively city full of freaking people, full of freaking things to do. But I just wanted to come out here and ride my new scooter. I don't know if I told y'all, but my girlfriend bought me a new scooter. My last scooter, the hinge on it right here broke, like from just like jumping off of curbs and shit. But this one right here, this is all metal frame right here. Let me show y'all something. I didn't get to show y'all last time, but this whole thing like lights up. Let me show y'all something real quick. Look at that. Look at that, it lights up. Got like a nice little headlight in the front there. All that, dope. And it goes, it goes 30 miles an hour. Honestly, riding it, like I said in one of my last videos, it's kind of scary because I've never like gone that fast on something. So like it kind of like carries you, but I love it. It is what it is. It gets me to work really quick. Like whereas I was taking, it would usually take me about 45 minutes to an hour to get home on one of those little toy scooters. This one only takes me about 20 minutes. So hey, cuts down on the time that it takes to actually get out here, and it is what it is. I wanted to make this video because I want to talk about the fact that I noticed that a lot of people are lonely. I don't give a freak what nobody says, and it's not about the male loneliness epidemic or nothing like this. This is a people loneliness epidemic, and you don't have to be by yourself to feel alone. There are people in whole marriages, there are people surrounded by friends that still feel like they're by themselves. And why do they feel like that? They feel like that because whatever's in their head, they can't relate to the people that's around them. They can't relate to the people that they work with. They can't relate to their friends and family, right? People feel alone. So what do? They get online and they lash out in different ways. They join different groups of people who have similar interests, maybe similar mindset, and they'll go through the whole rigmarole of complaining online about why life isn't going the way that they want them to, or why things aren't the way that they should be. Have like this whole nostalgic take on the way things used to be and how people used to get together. All these things as to why they feel by themselves even though they're surrounded by people. Not realizing that there's a lot of brain rot going on, right? A lot of brain worms, and it's real hard to relate to people when we're all freaking fed like all this dumb shit through our different algorithms and whatnot, right? So like our minds are so far filled in here and there and all this other stuff. Everything is so complicated and monetized and fucked up. How the fuck do you talk to people? Why do I feel so by myself? Why can't people just do what I ask them to do or be like I want them to be, right? That's why people really feel by themselves, honestly. It's because they're missing something inside themselves, or we're missing something inside ourselves, and we reach out to other people to try to find that. That's why people relationship hop. They'll go from relationship to relationship because they'll get with somebody and they'll have that little dopamine hit. And once that dopamine hit goes away, they'll jump into another relationship because they feel unfulfilled, because that person didn't feel that void that they feel that that person should be feeling, right? That's why you get all these videos of women getting on here saying that there aren't no real men because they need help, right? They haven't figured out how to live the life that they want to live on their own, so they lash out at the world and say, these men ain't shit. These men are like the men of yesteryear who would have taken care of a woman and taken her across the threshold and all this extra bull crap, pay for this and pay for that, not, you know, accounting for inflation and the fact that we live in a society that is like made to keep us like, you know, where we are. Like it ain't like, hey, how y'all doing?
I got you filming.
Hey, I'm filming you now, say hey. But that's why, like, you know, you'll see people making those videos and they're lashing out, and even they can have a man, right? And oh, this man is not doing this for me, he's not doing that for me. That's material stuff, but it's still it says a lot about a person's character, okay? People feel lonely, not just because of the internet, but because it's hard to make connection. You don't know where to trust somebody. A lot of people have been taught to be in it for themselves. So even when you, like, let's say, work with somebody shoulder to shoulder for years, you don't know if you could be their friend. You don't know if they're not gonna throw you under the bus for something that you said at one point or something that you did. You know, you don't know that, right? So it's always something, you know? It's harder in this day and age to like actually connect with people, like I say, even when you are surrounded by people. You can be laid up in the bed with somebody and not really know how they think, because like I said, their algorithm is feeding them all this other information that you're never seeing. You're seeing cooking videos, teddy bear stuff, homemaking, you know, maybe the occasional dance video. They're seeing things about revolution, things about how they're going to be replaced by this race or that race. You never know, right? That's where we are, and that's why a lot of people feel alone and they lash out. These women are not what they used to be, and this is that. These are men that sit on the couch all day, right? They sit on the couch all day or sit in the house all day. I ain't gonna say they sit in the house all day. They go to work, they come home, they get on the game, and they don't put themselves around people, and they'll sit there and say, well, these women are not accepting men for who they are. You don't put yourself around enough women that actually know that. I promise you, just like you're lonely, a lot of these women are out here lonely too, and they want men to talk to them. And honestly, I feel like men are doing society a disservice by not going up and talking to these hoes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making sure I ain't got nothing on my mouth. We got a whole reflecting thing here, see? I don't like having that white shit in my mouth looking like somebody just came on my shit, you feel me? But a lot of y'all are also by y'allself, even in a physical sense, and I'm talking about men and women, because y'all are fucking assholes. Y'all are genuine assholes, right? And I mean that in the sense that y'all personalities make y'all repulsive. Not just because of y'all beliefs, because y'all have the need to always be right. You don't have to always fucking be right. I had to learn that. You don't have to always be right. Even when you're right, you don't have to always be right. He said, hey, Twitch. Hey, hey, YouTube.
Hey, chat. What up, chat?
Hey, what up, chat? Even when you're right, you can be completely right about something. You can know something completely, have the facts behind you, all that. And you don't always have to argue just because you do. Sometimes you have to let people be wrong, right? You have to let them discover for themselves, and you don't have to always be the person that's like, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. That shit is not a good personality trait. You can be right. That's fine to be right. You're great. That's fine. You're fantastic. You're right. You're right. Great. But does it make you somebody that people want to be around? No. It's just like the people that always like correct people's grammar. You say it like this and not like this. What do they call them? Grammar Nazis? You don't always have to correct somebody's grammar and diction. Let the motherfucker speak. People don't always know how to speak, right? Let them talk. They talk in their way. They talk in the way that they talk. You don't always have, and then what people say, I don't want to be around them because the motherfucker always got to correct my talk. Even though sometimes it'll rub off on them as you can get better diction from people that do that. It's just annoying, bro. Nobody wants to be around a person like that, right? You can cure being lonely by being less of an asshole. You can also cure lonely by being helpful to people when it doesn't benefit you. And I know it's a hard one for people. What do I get out of it? This society honestly teaches us that we're all in it for ourselves. Get out here and get it. Get it for yourself. You know, you gotta get it. Nobody's gonna get it for you. Get it, get it, get it, take it, right? And that comes with that whole trust thing. We're not being able to trust people because everybody's in it for themselves, or everybody will climb over you to get to the top, right? But you have to help people, bro. You have to help people in their time of need sometimes when you can. Sometimes even when it inconveniences you, not just when it don't benefit you. Sometimes even when it fucking inconveniences you, you gotta help people. People gotta know that you are worth a damn. I'm not saying that you do it to the point that you're used up. Not that, right? People do that too. They want to be liked by everybody, so they make they pour their cup so much that they don't have nothing left for themselves. Not like that. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about it in the sense to where you know you can do it, and somebody can need it and they can change their situation, you know what I'm saying? And they're not gonna fuck you over or whatever. Do it for them. Or hell, you got some extra change in your pocket and you feel like, oh shit, I don't need this fucking $5. Get some. Who gives a fuck if you get it to the bum that's gonna drink it up, right? I know I do it all the time in this heat because it's hot, and I don't give a fuck if they go and get alcohol, drugs, whatever they go and get. I don't care, because it's some relief from the desert regardless. You know what I'm saying? You gonna overdose somebody giving them $5, whatever, bro. That's out of my hands at that point. What they do with the money is what they do with the money. But if I can help in that way, I can help in that way. You know what I'm saying? And obviously they're fighting their own demons. We're all fighting our own demons, and that's another lonely journey to have to overtake too. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're going through something physically, right? You can be going through something physically, mentally. is where the real battle is, right? So people can help you in the physical, but mentally is where you need to be having that battle. When I was out on the street, absolutely, standing out on the street wasn't good, and people helped me, gave me money and all that stuff to ultimately get me out of there. But I needed to go through that journey so that mentally I could mature in a way to where I could always take care of myself. I had to go through that, you understand? That was something that was necessary for me. That was a part of my journey, and it was one that I had to do by myself. I had to do it alone. I couldn't do it with nobody. I couldn't do it. And obviously, like, you know, obviously had help from the chat. I obviously had help from my mom. I had help from people. But I mean, like, on the nightly basis of being able to just face that, right? Because some people have to face that, and I see that they don't have no fucking help. They don't have nobody out there that's in their corner. They don't have family members. They don't have nothing. At least I had that. At least I had YouTube even, you know? Like, and being able to count your blessings and count your blessings in life. And like I say, help people when you can, bro. When you can, where you can. Not to the point to where you're used up, like I said, but help them. People need help right now. People are fucking going through it. And sometimes you're stronger than the people you're around and you don't even know it. Sometimes people are looking to you for their comfort. And I'm not talking about it since, oh, you're paying for something. That's we always go through, oh, money, or a place to stay. I'm not saying that. Sometimes even at work, people, you don't show up to work, people be like, damn, I wish so-and-so was here, because you make their day better with the way you radiate, or the way your energy is, or the way you get off, or the way you lead, or the way you are. I know there are managers I work with, I'd rather see them than others, you know what I mean? Because they make the day easier. They're gonna come in there with an energy. They're doing the same job that the other managers are doing. They're doing the same job that the other employees are doing, but they're doing it in a way where their energy is making it fucking fun and productive and something, you know? That's it. Be that person and you won't be fucking as lonely as you think you are, even if there's nobody around you, because you will feel a sense of accomplishment in that sense. And maybe you won't. Maybe you feel like, damn, I'm an asshole. I fucking do too much for people and I don't get nothing out of it and all that other shit. You probably go through that. Everybody go through their thing, you know what I mean? But it is what it is, you know what I mean? But with that being said, y'all, we're gonna go for a walk now because it's getting late. I came out here to make a video because, like I said, it's super hot in this city and I've been stuck in the house all fucking day and I want to come out here and get it in. I wasn't expecting it to be everybody to have the same idea. As y'all can see, everybody has the same idea that I have. There's people all down here. I was gonna film over there, but hell no. It's like there's thousands of people down here on a freaking Monday night. But I want to make this video to just say, you know, don't lash out on people online because you by yourself, you know what I'm saying? Or you know, I say lonely, you know what I'm saying, but sometimes it ain't just the people who are lonely. it's that they horny, bro. People are fucking horny, and they horny, and they get online and they take it out on other fucking people. They get it out and they take it out on fucking folks. That's why you'll get out on. Then I have to make the video about people saying, well, if you're in an interracial relationship, you can't be pro-black, you can't be pro-this, you can't tell nobody what they can be just because you find that person attractive and you're mad that they're with a person of another race. You never even met that person, you never came across that person. I see people projecting like that all the fuck time. He probably doesn't like his mom. He probably doesn't like. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? You're projecting, bro. You know, just because maybe you would think that way if you were with a person of another race. You know, you'll want to abandon all things black, right? You'll want to abandon all things you because you're with another person, right? Don't mean that person is. Some people don't think like you. Not everybody thinks like y'all. Not everybody hates themselves because they decide to be with a person of another race. Get over it. So with that being said, y'all, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will catch y'all probably tomorrow. Or y'all will catch me all week. I'm making videos all week. I am on vacation until Thursday, thank God. And I'm talking about from, you know, the serving job. I had to do it because they were getting on my goddamn nerves. So I took some days off. I'm using some PTO. I'm doing that damn thing. And I guess we can close the video by taking a little walk. You know what I mean? You know, I could do like the whole Mr. Rogers thing if y'all want me to. It's such a good feeling to know that you're alive. I'm fucking it up. It's such a happy feeling. You're growing inside. And when you wake up ready to say, I'm gonna make a snappy new day. It's such a good feeling. A very good feeling. A feeling to know that I'll be back when the day is new, and I'll have more ideas for you. and you'll have things you'll want to talk about. I will too. I'll catch y'all next time. Bye-bye.